Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm Mysterious JG, and we are on our way to Twat. Twat is located conveniently nearby, and, excuse me, it's a center with a decent amount of off-screening, where, because it was via email that we were being given directions to steal certain cars. Which, I guess this was before the police were monitoring emails for people who were known criminals. Maybe not, I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna go into Twat.
Hey there, my name's Nico. My cousin, he told me to come here.
Get lost!
Roman, he called me about you. He's so funny. I set you up on that computer already. It's easy. Just follow the instructions on there, okay?
Okay, apparently they had plenty of computers available, so they were able to just have one pre-ready to go. You can move the pointer. You can go to the web icon. You can check our email. I find mail team. You can read the benefits of free services. We can reply. Please activate my email account. It's so there's not a whole lot to do. You can, like, certain missions have you needing to use Fly High Pizza, but like there are websites, you can go visit them for. This is the kind of thing where, like, I don't know, all the information that's in these websites is on the wiki. I don't know. There's no mission that involves Fly High Pizza Pie. Wow. $60 for a slice. So I assume they're making fun of prices in New York, but for people who prefer, like, I don't think the joke is that there's drugs in it. The 420 special, I guess, half bake after school. Maybe it is that stucking phone. Okay, maybe it is that. Maybe the joke is that it's a place that deals drugs and it covers that it's a pizza joint, whatever. You can go to the Weasel News website, find out what Biden is doing wrong. Crap era. We faked it, you make it. Oh, it's supposed to be, yeah, the shoddy bed. So this is IKEA, and they have a lady with boobs as their main. Be afraid they hate you. Liberty City remains scared and patriotic. The terror threat level in every city stays at magenta. Okay, so yeah, this game was, of course, after 9/11. I just accidentally threw a punch at me through. So now we can leave the cafe, and I think we just.
See you again. Come back anytime.
The name is Nico. I'll see you around.
As far as I know, we can't actually spark a relationship with her. We now have Brucey as a contact, although we don't actually get to call him yet.
This is Brucey. I'm pushing it to the max. Rolling deep, baby. Leave me a message.
And we just automatically call Roman because that's what we were supposed to have done.
I have set up the email account. I am now online in Liberty City, Roman.
Nice one, cousin. Did you meet the girl who works there? Nice pair of titties on her, no? Later on.
But Roman, I called you. I wanted to talk. Fine. So there is a dating website, which is how you meet some of the girls that you can meet in the game. But oh, that's sorry. You don't pick your gender. You pick who you're looking for. None of these girls, I believe, you can actually date though. Because there's in-game girls that are actually dateable, and then there's like looking good or from Russia without love. Like you can read their profiles and it's amusing. I'm looking for a man who wants to make a commitment. I'm sure a man who don't get along with their kids. I dislike having to explain where I've been. I dislike that Mullis is so easily available here. I dislike funerals. Once you've been to one, you've been to them all. It's like her thing. Like it's a joke that she is wants to murder someone and take their money. Forget what. Yeah, but I mean, these are all things you can read about. Here's a girl who's like is crazy about cats. She's a pediatric nurse who loves cats. She likes really violent sex. She doesn't like dog people. But no, you can't actually date any of them. Although, like, there will be points later where you have to murder a guy who is on Love Meet, so you set up a Love Meet match with them or something. And I think later in the game, girls will become available. Like, so I'm not sure what the purpose of it is, because you can't. I don't think you get to date the girls that are on there, but whatever. We're gonna throw down a save, and I believe we should get like a phone call or an email, like text to our phone. Something is going to happen to indicate to us that Brucey emailed us, because these missions that we're going to go do for Brucey, which are set up by email, we do missions for Brucey later that are like story missions that are obligatory, but it's similar to the, oh, you can use the phone to set up work with little Jacob. I'm kind of waiting for... There we go. I'm waiting for something to happen where I'm told to go do these
My friend
missions.
Brucey has a business proposition for us.
You going to pay me to pump him full of steroids and tell him how great his abs are?
No, he can take care of that all by himself. Brucey is a major motorhead. He's going to send you emails about all the cars he wants, and you're going to get them for him.
What are you going to do?
Come on! I made the introduction. I'm the manager, man.
Just think of me as Jimmy Mouth of the South Huck.
Okay?
So sadly, we can't do... Yeah, we can't actually do emails on our phone. This is, you know... I think this is taking place during the late 90s, or maybe it's supposed to be the aughts, but... Yeah, so the internet is a thing, in a way that it really wasn't in, say, Vice City. But, phones are like getting smarter, but are not modern smartphones. So we do in fact have to go to the internet cafe, since Roman doesn't own Roman doesn't either, presumably. And Nico and Roman don't own a computer or an internet connection. We go to the internet cafe. How you doing? And this lady doesn't say anything to us anymore, even though they kind of implied she was going to be a character. Roman said we keep getting news from the old country. That's never going to happen as far as I can remember. NB, the main man. I've got a taste for bikes, and there's this fucking NRG 900 man shit. Some pimp / pusher must have stolen that shit first, because it's outside a project on Chase fucking Point. Hook me up with that shit. Leave it in my East Hook Bay lockup. Roman told me you was good for this shit. He told me you were fucking alpha and not gonna fucking rule the world and can handle yourself. I believe that you shit. You're the fucking man. Do this for Brucey. You can go and get the bitch once you've replied to my mail, bro. I'm itching for that shit. Brucey. It's yours. N. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just do one of these, because like it's similar to the Jacob ones. There's like 10 missions with Jacob where you can do like drug deliveries and shit. There's 10 different cars / bikes to steal for Brucey. I believe the order in which the missions appear is random, because they're all approximately as difficult as each other. But other than the emails, you don't really get dialogue. You don't have like cinematics where you talk to Brucey. So I do think I'm just going to show you guys one, and then you can imagine for yourself how epically awesome the other 9 were that I'd already done off screen. And we'll get back to the plot, but we'll also have a lot more money. Nothing to spend it on except making sure probably I won't have to ever second guess whether I should be buying armor. And we can keep fully stocked on the kind of mid-range wappets that Little Jacob sells. At the moment, there's no difference between the ammunition inventory and what Little Jacob will sell us. Later in the game, if you go to specific ammunition, you might be able to get like a really high-end carbine rifle, where Little Jacob might sell only the lower-end carbine rifle, but Little Jacob sells stuff cheaper, and more importantly, he comes to you. So eventually you reach a point where you just get in the habit of like calling Little Jacob to come over so you can buy guns, you know, when you're getting ready to save your game. Don't want to hit the cop car, that'll just give us unnecessary irritation.
I must spend at least half my life that stressed.
What is that about a white satin desert? Figure it out, dude. Thank you. Sadly, I haven't been in New York City recently, but like everywhere where there are toll booths. Toll booth operators basically all got fired during COVID or put on, you know, given long-term leave. They ain't coming back. It's just one of those jobs that has disappeared. Like grocery store checkout is like, there'd be like one checkout lane open in an entire massive grocery store, and then it's all converted to self-serve. Why? Because it's cheaper for the people who own the fucking store. And it's just one of those things. People used to do that as a job. Not a great job. Maybe a second income if you're like your spouse is your primary earner. It's gone away. So here's an example of like a typical theft.
It's your cheap ass.
This is an easy one. Some of them are harder than others. Sometimes there's a whole bunch of guys around, and it's kind of implied you should shoot them before you go. Sometimes you steal the car and someone, like, there's a plot scene of someone going, help, help, and then there's an instant wanted level. But typically it's just like this. You just, if you hang around, the guy you stole it from might put up a fight, or they might have friends nearby. But if you just go in, take the car, and get out immediately, you're usually in pretty good shape.
Why have a conformist, stuffy, outdated blonde suburban doll when you can have a little bitch?
Yay, little bitches!
Little bitches are dolls that dress slutty, act brainless, and care only about clothes, gossip, and materialistic things.
Not like other dolls.
Girls want dolls that make them feel hot, right?
Stupid idiot.
Idiot.
Is that a new Little Bitches doll you got?
She's a little toy. She comes with an STD and she dresses like a hooker.
They only care.
Yeah, and again, they're pointing out the more damage you take, the less money you get on delivery. If the you can take it to the pay and spray, which is usually worth it,
Frisky Felicity, not even touch
because you get like 1,000 or 10,000. I forget how much you get for a perfect vehicle with like not even a scratch on it.
Harry Hillary.
But
Toys are sold.
what I noticed, which is kind of annoying, is if the vehicle gets damaged enough, you just fail the mission, which is weird and annoying because you can go to a pay and spray. So it's like, what magic point have you reached? Like the bike is still drivable, but they've decided, nah, you fail. Like, we know there's a pay and spray that's actually really close to Brucey's lockup too, conveniently enough. But it's just, sometimes the game's like, nah, took too much damage. That'll happen occasionally, and like I said, there's 10 missions total, and some of them involve you getting a wanted level. So it's when I had that problem off screen, it would only be missions where there was a fleeing from the cops involved, because you may find yourself getting wrecked while trying to escape from the cops. Mission like that where you just quick get it away from the guy and went fairly smooth, you're not going to have that much damage. And I'm not going to bother with the pay and spray before turning it in, because we're going to be loading the game here in a second. Basically trading in the Banshee that we found on a mission and losing it and gaining instead money I buy off screen doing stuff.
The NRG 900 is in the lockup now, man.
You make that shit look easy, baby. You're a fucking animal.
All right then, man. Tell me if there's something else you want.
So I completely missed how much money we got, but we now have 29.15, right? Let's just load, because we just got an autosave. Logging on. Okay, so we're at 2915. Now we'll log on here, or load this one. And hopefully everything loads without anything crashing. $14,594. Some of that is from doing those missions for Brucey. But honestly, most of it is I just basically found a place where there's a fairly high spawn rate. That's near Brucey's lockup. Fairly high spawn rate for armored cars, like that carrying cash. And an easy way in the early game to get money is just to get one of those and to wreck it. Because when it explodes, just money appears, and you know, it's useful to try to get it. Like I would, for example, I would take it down like the pier and on the beach, like away from where you're going to get police attention, and usually a couple shotgun blasts to the engine casing, or just ramming it into a building will get it to blow up, and you get a bunch of money that way. So that was something I did several times to get money. But the point I'm getting at here is we now have money. Huzzah. So, got the same game progress, but now we've got, let's see here, 94% Jacob like, because I guess I did all those missions for him, 100% respect, and then Brucey like is only 60% because we haven't gone on any dates with them because that hasn't unlocked yet, but Brucey respect is 80, because you get respect rather than like by doing those missions for him. But 61 cars stolen. Brucey respect. Spent on given to tramps 0. Spent on vendors 5. So almost all of our money has been spent. Yeah, we picked up $3,000 on the street. I think they count the money we get from. Let's see. Pool wins bowling. Vigilante levels done, none. Activities with Roman and Jacob 5 each. Number of, oh, here we go. Drug packages delivered 7. Really? Have I got drug missions I didn't do? I thought I had done them all. Maybe I didn't. Number of exotic exports done 10. So that's all of them. And and they call exotic exports is what they call doing these things for Brucey. I guess we didn't do all the Jacob missions on this save slot. I got confused about what save slot is what. I don't really have another better slot to load though, so I guess well, we'll just continue on the story, having not done all the missions for Jacob. Maybe we could do the missions for Jacob later. Maybe there were only 7. And I'm assuming there's 10 because there was 10 missions for Brucey. There might only be 7 for Jacob. But yeah, we got no cars saved here. So we lost our...
Yes, what do you want?
What the heck was that? We lost our...
My mistake.
Our cool-ass Banshee, unfortunately. Are you trying to steal this car, sir? Let me show you how it's done.
I only just nicked this myself, man.
Yeah. So the guy basically admitted that this is a stolen car. Let's have a car saved for future. I mean, come on. Taxi cab is a nice functional car for whatever we want to do.
Sorry, lady.
Alright, so... we didn't get a call or anything that I remember, but our next mission is for Faustin. Michael Faustin. I apologize in advance if anyone knows that I missed content with that save load shenanigans hopping onto a new save slot, but I'm pretty sure we didn't, and if we did, there might have been like a phone call from Dimitri saying, hey, come do a mission for Mr. Faustin. But he said he was going to make some calls and try to calm things down. We know the story status for these guys, which is Mikhail, who thinks there's a rat, had us take out some guy who it turns out his father's a dangerous, important man, and the Russian mafia is making enemies because Faustin is basically unhinged, and Dimitri is trying to hold it all together. Oh, you're gonna fight me? Wow. Okay.
Stay down there.
I think Mr. Faustin would be okay with us murdering a guy on his doorstep. I didn't realize that there was a passenger in the taxi cab and that he was going to fight us when we got... Like, I would have run away screaming, but that guy decided to fight us.
I want to keep an eye on it.
Hey,
I'm out
stand
making
over
money
here.
all day. How many times do I have to tell you? Keep an eye on the fucking girl. Gospel. Stop.
What are we... Oh, he's just not letting us go in during their domestic dispute.
You superstitious old crone. I'll see you in hell. Someday I'll crucify you.
Hey, I'm just threatening my wife. How you doing?
Yes. Good name. Good name. Where's Dimitri?
He's busy. He said he had something to do.
You mean he's upstairs cranking it with ease?
Let me tell you something. Me and this guy, we were in the army together. We were in prison together. We are like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's always something.
Always something.
Always something. Yeah. You want a drink?
No, thank you.
Well, I do.
The samovar has been refilled. If you would like a drink, that's Panzer General 2. Which I have not played on this channel and probably won't. Although it's much easier to emulate in the modern day. I think that's on goodgames.com, good old games.
You all right,
What?
Mr. Faustin?
No.
I'm kind of messed up, actually. It's pretty apparent that I'm messed up.
Let me ask you something. You know her?
No.
Good.
Okay.
Because if you did, I'd fucking kill you.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Why?
She's my daughter. Ungrateful thing.
Interesting
I
name.
bring her here. I spoil her rotten.
Mm-hmm.
Raise her well.
Okay.
Look at this. Look. Look what I've given her.
Nice
Yeah.
house and an abused
Yeah,
wife, yep.
She's very lucky to have such a loving father.
She is. She's an out-of-control bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Because of you. You pathetic mess. But I don't accept my daughter turning into a whore. Nico, she's at Firefly Island.
Yes, well-known whore hangout.
if she's meeting up with that bike pimp boyfriend. Get him. Find Dimitri for me.
Okay,
Have him call me.
sure.
I just told you to go.
Go.
All right.
Yeah, what the hell? He's like, okay, I stand here. I not actually do what you say. Oh. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I keep getting myself into timing where we are getting the intro to a mission rather than finishing it up. But yeah, so over the course of this video, we randomly transformed from a guy with like 2 grand to a guy with like 14 grand. We also have a higher friendship level with little Jacob. Basically, we have a much easier time getting our hands on weapons and armor. Although I probably should have called Jacob if I wanted to show that off before we got involved in this mission, because it might be too late now. At any rate, when we come back next time, we will be going to find the, quote, pimp boyfriend of Mikhail Faustin's daughter, which may end up actually having repercussions on other Grand Theft Auto games. But you'll see what I mean next time. Actually, you won't. You'll see what I mean when we get months from now, probably, into playing The Lost and the Damned, in which the events of this mission are mentioned as part of that story as well. There is some about a gay Tony I don't know as much about, but there's definitely connections between the Lost and the Damned story and the regular Grand Theft Auto 4 story, and we'll see one of the events that affects both next time. Bye for now.